This other Eden. The Azores, Europe's secret islands of adventure for in-the-know travelers, the Azores have long represented a beckoning blip on the radar of possible destinations. Recognition from UNESCO and other organizations has helped that blip to pulse more brightly over the years. But most people still know little, if anything, about this far-flung archipelago in the middle of the Atlantic. And yet it is hard to imagine a place better suited to nature lovers, fans of adventure sports, or anyone looking for a beacon of sustainability. As if that wasn't tantalizing enough, there is a new reason to visit this autonomous region of Portugal. Restrictions on air routes to the Azores recently eased, which means more carriers, more choice, and cheaper fares for travelers trying to reach this other Eden. The exposed tips of vast underwater mountains, the Azores lie on the nexus of the European, American, and African tectonic plates, and they bear witness to the forces forever shaping our planet. This is a world of fumaroles, mud pots, and scalding springs, of caverns, columns, and grottos formed from once molten rock, of blue lakes ringed by forests of laurel and cedar, and green pastures patterning the slopes of calderas. UNESCO designated three of them, Graciosa, Flores, and Corvo, as biospheres, and the archipelago also contains 13 Ramsar sites, important wetlands, and over 30 blue flag beaches. Combine mineral-laden soil with a subtropical climate surrounded by Gulf Stream warmed waters, and the result is a crucible for life. Thankfully, Azorians seem intent on preserving their treasures. The built environment covers just 5% of the land, the rest is a patchwork of protected areas and marine reserves. The regional government aims to produce 75% of the island's energy from renewables by 2018. Little wonder then that last year the Azores were named as the world's top destination for sustainable tourism by Quality Coast, a European Commission-supported certification program. In fact, it is the only place in the world to receive the Platinum Award, the organization's highest accolade. Adventures at sea whale watching. The Azores are best known for whale and dolphin watching. The archipelago is a pit stop or home for about a third of the world's species of cetacean. Year-round residents include sperm whales, common dolphins, and bottlenose dolphins. Many other species, including blue whales, the largest animal in the history of the planet, pass through on migration routes. Well-organized tours run from the larger islands and go to great lengths to whale watch responsibly. A code of conduct governs how many boats can congregate near a whale, the direction from which they must approach the animals, and how long they are allowed to shadow them. Not so long ago, of course, people came armed with harpoons rather than cameras. Whale hunting, introduced by Americans in the 18th century, played a part in the Azorian economy until as recently as 1987. In one of many ironies, the vigil watchtowers, once used for hunting these leviathans, now help to steer tourist boats to their quarry. The Whalers Museum on Pico Especo de Lasacon and the whaling station at Porto Pimonfile tell the story of the industry and its demise. Diving nutrient-rich water welling up from the deep, or rather the life it supports, is what attracts the whales. This is also what makes the Azores one of, if not the, best diving locations in the Atlantic. Warmed to between 17°C and 24°C, the seas truly teem, and visibility reaches 30 meters between May and October. The kaleidoscope of species from yellowmouth barracuda to devil rays, loggerhead turtles to slipper lobsters arises from the extraordinary range of habitats. Wrasse, damselfish, and moray eels dwell in the coast's jade-green bays. Marlin, tuna, and sharks swirl around the peaks of barely submerged volcanoes. Jacks, bonitos, and grouper patrol the